Hi everyone, it's Beattie here, and today I'm going to share with you a process video of a card I created teaming up some Shimmerz aqua hues along with the Garay Celebrations collection. I decided to have a bit of fun with the balloon die cuts and colour them up using my aqua hues, so I just went ahead and die cut quite a few of those out of some white paper. I didn't know exactly how many balloons I was going to use, so I decided to just colour up some and see how I went when I got to the designing my card stage. So here I've just added a little bit of water into each of the aqua hues pots. I did want quite a watery base, so I did that at the start. And I do apologise that the colour does come out pretty light on the video. It's actually a bit darker than what you can see here. I just didn't put on my extra lighting when I was filming the video, but I thought you'd still appreciate me sharing the video, so I've gone ahead and edited it anyway. So here you can see me just adding the colour with the aqua hues just in a first coat onto the balloons, and trying to get a little bit more of a darker pigment colour down the base of the balloon as well as around the edges. So just adding a few layers of the colour in there. Really love how the colours come up so easily, and I've also been using the water brush that comes in with the set of aqua hues. So if you do purchase them in a set like that, you get this nifty water brush, and it's a beautiful water brush to work with. Just drying it off a little bit with my heat gun and adding a little bit more colour as I go along. When you're doing this, you'll see that you do get more of the brush strokes. I actually really like this effect, so I continued on with that with the different colours as I went along. That colour Little Boy Blue really comes up really sweet on the balloons. Really loves how that came up. And this is one of the really tiny balloons. They're so cute. And I went in and added a little bit more of a darker colour onto the other ones, so just layering up the colour. So the beauty of watercolours is that you really can play with how dark or light you want your effects to come. So I'm just adding in more colour as I go, and the 14 carats colour here is quickly becoming one of my favourites. Really loving that orange. My pot's already starting to go down because I'm starting to use it a lot. So just drying it off, as I said, and adding the colour in. I end up only using, I think, 3 balloons in the end on the card, but I will be adding these leftover balloons onto some other projects. So do stay tuned on my blog, and I will be sharing some more projects to go with this card on my blog. So just adding in more layers and more colour onto the balloons. And now lastly, with the pot of gold colour, this is a really sweet yellow to use, really pretty. Love how it comes up with the layers, and really keeps a nice sort of subtle light effect as well. So really love how that came up. So now that all my balloons are ready to go, just putting those colours away, and going to get started with the designing of the cards. So I die cut the rectangle out of the Celebrations pierced rectangles die set, and now just layering up my balloons on there. Also using the Special Day stamp that was in the Special Day stamp and die set in the Celebrations collection by Garay as well. And now I'm just adding some foam, so just one layer of foam behind that balloon. I'm also bending my balloons a little bit, so I'm giving them a bit of a rounded finish before I'm sticking them down. So the different balloons have different levels of foam squares, so I'm adding in a couple of extra layers there so that I get different heights with the balloons. Also just adhering it down to the base of the card design. So I've used some Celebrations pattern paper there and just adhering it with the Journey Balloons tape runner. Really love how quick and easy that makes that happen. I decided I wanted to add a little bit of a sky colour into the background. As you can see, the colour went on quite dark, but with a bit of water you can water that down really quickly and get a nice light effect. I also just sponged a little bit off with my baby white. Again, it is hard to see the colour, but you will see the colour come up really well in the final pictures that I've taken of the card. And just get some of that spilt water out of the way, and just adding in more colour as I see where it needs. Now to just finish off the card, so I'm adding in a yellow base for my card. So I've just cut that to fit and scored it in the middle and folded it over. And now just adding in some of the natural twine. And I love how this natural twine, it adds an extra element to the card but isn't overpowering from the main feature, which are these beautiful watercolour balloons. Just adhering it down with some silicone adhesive, just find that it will grow really well and it will sit there while it dries. You do need to let that cure overnight though, so it depends on what sort of patience you do have. So I'm just adding little bows of twine there and just curling the twine up in my fingers as I go along. So now you can see me just finishing that off with the last one there now, and I'll add that twine on and you'll see the card all finished. Thanks so much for heading over today to check out my video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner, and please feel free to leave any questions you might have in the comment section below and I'll be checking out for those. Stay tuned for more pictures as well as a full product list at the end of the video. Have a nice day.